Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome to another Magic Arena Explorer video. So today we are finishing off Tribal Week with some old-fashioned meta net decking and playing a little bit of mono white humans, which is a very good deck in the format. So this deck kind of appeared in Pioneer quite recently as a kind of foil to the mono green deck that was kind of running rampant in the format. To be honest, recently on the ladder in Explorer, I haven't seen a huge amount of mono green. Other people are reporting differently though, so it may just be that the matchups I'm getting, but it'll be interesting to see how it does against other decks as well. So essentially, like a lot of mono white aggro decks, it's very low to the ground curve, and then you're just kind of looking to go wide with creatures, disrupt your opponent, and then kind of swing for lethal damage. So you have a lot of cheap one drop. So you have Dauntless Bodyguard, which is a 2/1 that can protect another creature. Hopeful Initiate, that's a 1/2 that then gets bigger when you attack with other creatures with greater power, and can also act as artifact or enchantment removal if you need it. Recruitment Officer, which is a new card from Brothers War, which is again a 2/1, but also allows you to go digging for other creatures as well, so acts as a bit of kind of card advantage to keep the fuel going when you need it. You've got 4 copies of Luminarch Aspirant, which is a 1/1 that lets you put a +1/+1 counter on a creature you control at the beginning of each combat. So we've seen that a lot. You know, it kind of ran rampant in Standard for a while, but remains very good. Thalia, Guardian of Thraben, which is a 2/1 with First Strike, and non-creature spells cost 1 more to cast. So this is very good at disrupting control decks with a lot of non-creature spells, specifically mono green. You know, making Karn, Nissa, Storm the Festival just that little bit harder to cast, and kind of giving you the time to run over your opponent. Thalia's Lieutenant, which is a kind of pump creature for all of your other humans and also gets bigger itself. Very good card. Brutal Cathar, which is one of the most important removal spells in the deck, but can also transform into a very kind of powerful 3/3 First Strike beta. Extraction Specialist, which you can use to bring back other creatures from the graveyard. So Recur Thalia, which even though Extraction Specialist won't let you attack with Thalia until that leaves the battlefield, it still acts as kind of the ability still will matter. And then the kind of the key piece of the deck is 4 copies of Adeline Resplendent Cathar, which is a star 4 with Vigilance for 3 mana, with power equal to the number of creatures you control, and whenever you attack, specify that does not involve attacking with Adeline. For each opponent, create a 1/1 white human creature token that's tapped and attacking. So that will obviously pump Adeline. It's just another attacker. Very, very good card. And then so the other card in the deck is the Brave the Elements, which was added in Explorer Anthology 2, and that gives all white creatures you control protection from the color of your choice until end of turn. So that's very good against single color decks like mono green or potentially mono black, mono red. You know, you can protect all of your creatures from their removal spells, or you can kind of just make all of your creatures unblockable and then swing for the Alpha Strike for the win. And then a couple of utility lands and 4 copies of Mutavault, which can become a 2/2 creature that's also a human, so interacts with all of your kind of human enablers as well. And yeah. And then in the sideboard, so we've got 3 copies of Laydown Arms, which is a very good removal spell that works well with mono white decks where you have lots of planes. Destroy Evil against the kind of big creature threats. Archon of Emeria, which stops your opponent, stops any player from casting more than 1 spell each turn. So that can be very useful at stopping some combo decks and kind of the low to the ground blue-red spells decks. Redain, again, very good against mono green. It stops kind of again, slows down your opponent's big spells. 3 copies of Portable Hole, we've seen this many times. Rest in Peace for Graveyard Interaction, and then 3 Wedding Announcement, which you will often sideboard in against various matchups, which creates 1/1s and then eventually flips and gives all of your creatures +1/+1. So that's a very good card to bring in quite a lot of the time, actually, but depends on what we play, obviously. So that's the deck. As I say, it's very popular in the meta. It's doing very well. Let's see how it does, even if it's not kind of facing mono green as commonly as perhaps it would be if we were playing Pioneer. So yeah, let's jump onto the ladder and see how it does. And we're off. First match. We may only have time for a couple today. I'm recording this at the end of the weekend. I've been quite busy, but hopefully we will have time to fit in at least a couple of games. This hand is okay. It's a little bit slow, but we are on the draw anyway. So we can Aspirant and then either play Adeline or Brutal Cathar, depending on what our opponent does. We have potentially Iganjo to use as a removal spell as well as a land if we need to. So yeah, I think this is a keep. Be nice to have a 1-drop, but in the absence of that, this is a pretty good hand. So Hollowed Fountain from our opponent, so they may be on control. Okay, some sort of Esper deck. Esper control, perhaps, or Esper Greasefang. Let's try and play Aspirant and see what happens. Okay, no removal spell, counter spell rather. They may have a removal spell. Faithful Mending, so they are on Esper Greasefang, okay. Or are they? I assume they are, but... So I think we will play Mutavault, attempt to play Adeline. Okay, so they fatal pushed away our Aspirant. Okay, they've discarded a Greasefang, which is interesting. No vehicles yet. Okay. So, what should we do here? I think let's play the Dunes, play the Extraction Specialist, grab our Aspirant, start growing the Specialist, say go. Soul Partition's a nice one. I'm building blue-white control in Pioneer at the moment, and I think I'm going to run one copy of this, just because it is a useful disruption spell. You know, Adeline is a lot worse at 5 mana than it is at 3. That's fine, they can have one of our Cathars. We will take the damage. So I think I'm happy to play Adeline here. Grow the Specialist again. Attack. Okay, now we just wait to see if our opponent can draw their combo piece. If not, we're probably in a pretty good spot. Nope, they're mending again. Still no vehicle. We are going to have to move quickly. Okay, there's Rafine. Right, let's take Rafine. Nope, they've had enough, that's fine. So yeah, we got a bit fortunate there, because they didn't have the pieces that they need, but so let's board in Rest in Peace as Graveyard Disruption, obviously. Portable Hole, they don't seem to be running many 1 or 2 drops. They had the blue-black 2-drop, but I'm not sure that alone is worth running that for. Let's put in a couple of laydown arms. No, I don't think Redain's worth it. Neither is Archon. Destroy Evil. Yeah, because we can snag potentially a Parhelion at instant speed. So I don't think we need the specialists here. It was good in that game, but Brave the Elements is probably okay. Actually, I'm not sure. They don't have artifacts or enchantments per se that we want to get rid of. Yeah, I think this is okay. We will have at least one game on the play, so we might be at a bit of a disadvantage here, but if we get a rest in peace... Thalia's good. Yeah, let's keep this. No graveyard hate, but it's hard to say no to that. Let's play an officer. Let's play Thalia. Faithful Mending from our opponent, but everything they do now is going to be more expensive. Okay, so they potentially have us turn 3 here. Let's see. Okay, they do not. Right, in which case... let's play Bodyguard. Protect our Thalia. Excuse me, still fighting off this cold. Play another officer. I think we're just going to have to go as quickly as possible here. Hope they don't have a Wrath, although Tainted Indulgence from our opponents, so they are digging for Greasefang. Do they find it is the question. Yes, okay, so we are in a bit of trouble here. So I'm not sure what we can draw that's going to get us out of this, but... So... we can give our creatures protection from white, hit them for 8. They kill us on the swing back. We can't block these whatever we play. Creatures who know... Nope, okay. Good game from our opponent there. Let's go to game 3, where we'll be on the play. I think I'm happy with this board, though, the way we've sideboarded here. Sometimes, where it's just the way it is playing Greasefang, there's nothing you can do. Okay, we have a Destroy Evil. Not much else, unfortunately. Oh, this is not a great hand, actually. No, I think we're going to have to send that one back. That one's worse. So I think we're going to 5 here. Yep. But we do have Rest in Peace. So we're not in any hurry to play it for the time being. Now we will play it. Attack. So we've had a pretty decent start on a mull to 5, but we are running low on cards and they have Rafine, so they are going to be conniving. So I think we're going to be in a bit of a race here. Oh, that's good. So let's pass with Iganjo up. Let's take down this. Also reduces their connive, because when it resolves, they're only attacking with one creature. That's disappointing. If we had another land, we could get past the ward here, but we don't, so let's just take away their other... Make this bigger. Attack for 4. Going to be a close one, I think. Though we do have lethal next turn if they don't remove any of our creatures. They did. Yeah, this one's going to come down to the wire, so let's play Thalia. Attack for 3. Say go. Okay. Conniving again. So let's play Thalia's Lieutenant. They're now forced to block unless they have a removal spell. Ah, they're gaining life instead, okay. I mean, they might get away with it here. Depends if they can draw a card. Which they can, of course, because they have... Yep, I think we are just going to fall short here, which is disappointing. Oh well, close game there against Absan, but they got the better of us just. Okay, back for match 2. Let's hope no mulls to 5 this time. Yep, this is a good hand. So I think we'll see what our opponent does, but 1 drop into 1 drop, 1 drop seems a good start. So let's start with Recruitment Officer. So blue. Let's play 2 Hopeful Initiates. Blue-white. Is it control? If so... Can we kill them before they get to 4 mana is the question. Censor? No, just a cycling Shark Typhoon, okay. This should be sufficient, depending on what they have. Even if they Wrath, we will still have a Mutavault. Okay, they're another Shark, so they can block one of our creatures. So if they block here, they take 11. Okay. Okay, do your worst, opponent. So the only way they wreck us here is if they have Settle the Wreckage. But I'm fairly sure Blue-White Control doesn't run Settle main board. But just in case, I will hold back with a couple of creatures. I mean, if they have the Settle, fair play, but doesn't look like they do. No, they have Iganjo. That's okay. Excellent, good first game for us there. Very explosive start, and even if they had the Wrath there, it wouldn't have saved them. So I like Redain here. A couple of wedding announcements. I think that will do. Let's take out a couple of Cathars. And maybe one Initiate. Let's try that. So let's see what they can do to us on the play. So we have Thalia, which is good. Sadly, it is vulnerable to Censor, because we're on the draw. But I think it's worth a go. Arden Vale is very good against control as well, because it can just keep creating 1/1s even through a Wrath if the game goes slightly long. Okay, that is good news for us, so let's land Thalia. So this just slows them down. They may well remove it straight away, but even if they do, they've had to spend an extra mana to do it. And Blue-White Control does not like spending mana. It has a lot of expensive cards that it needs to afford. Okay, let's play an Aspirant. Pump up Thalia. Okay, decent start for us there. So we are approaching potential Wrath turn, but I think I'm going to play Adeline anyway, just because we have 2 copies. Brave the Elements unfortunately does not get around Supreme Verdict, because protection doesn't stop non-damaged Baith Wraths, because Wraths like that don't target. Doomscar, okay. So let's drop another Thalia, just keep slowing them down. Let's play another Aspirant. Okay, I have Absorb now, but we can play Initiate. So we could do with another land. Depopulate, okay. So let's play another Adeline. Okay, Dream Trawler's gonna be a problem. But at some point we're just gonna have to try and get past it. Currently Adeline is big enough to be able to do that. So at the moment they're going to be under pressure to wipe the board again here, which is good. As we will be presenting lethal next turn with Brave the Elements. That's okay. And we do now have the mana to potentially protect our Adeline from a spot removal spell. So I don't hate our spot here, but let's see what they can do with their last 4 mana. They've gone into the tank. So if they have a Wrath, they're probably incentivized to attack and then play it. Because we are currently presenting a lot of damage on the backswing, let's put it that way. Okay, they're attacking, so let's see what they do here. So they're going to go up to 14. If they Wrath, we probably lose. Okay. Well, got to do what we've got to do. No, thank you. Protection from white. But you see, my friend, no one suspects the second Brave the Elements. You think you can deal with 1, and you can, but you can't deal with 2. Pretty brutal for our opponent, but also funny. So, you know, swings and roundabouts. Oh, let's give them protection from blue as well, just because we can. Farewell. I salute you. a valiant effort, but in the end, brave the elements into brave the elements is, well, it is what it is. And beating control is always a pleasure. So yeah, that's Mono White Humans. Good deck, as everybody knows. I think we'll leave it there, as I say, as it's a fairly short video today. And we're all kind of just waiting for Phyrexia, all will be one now. Speaking of which, I did a video which came out the other day about my top 10 picks from the new set for Pioneer and Explorer, so do please check that out. I will link it in the description. Seems to be quite popular, that video, so yeah, please do tell me what you think of it, and also this particular gameplay. I think we could have played better against Greasefang there. I probably made a couple of mistakes. Maybe I shouldn't have played the Thalia in that third game and just kind of tried to swing for more with Lieutenant. But it is what it is. Here's the deck again. Mono White Humans. And yeah, that's the end of Tribal Week. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment, and do all of the social things, so I know that people are enjoying it. And yeah, we will be back soon with some different gameplay for the last week of pre-Phyrexia Explorer. Very exciting. So I will see you in a bit. Thank you very much.